What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today for a playoff series preview. We got the first one of the year here. I can only do this one because it's the only one that's really done. Both teams have played 82 games. We got the Rangers and the Capitals. Definitely a series that not many were expecting because the Capitals weren't really expected to make the playoffs. But we got the Rangers, the number 1 seed, and the Capitals, the Western Wild Card 2, not Western Conference. So if 1v8 right here. President's Trophy winning New York Rangers going up against the last team to get into the playoffs. Once again, a 17th seed. Can we possibly see a Boston-Florida-like situation from last year? Who knows? Rangers, 55, 23, and 4, 114 points on the season. Definitely a bounce back from last season, where they lose to the Devils in round 1. The year before that, they lose in the conference final to Tampa. And the year before that, they missed the playoffs. I mean, geez, and then 2020 they lose in the play-in. For Washington, they're their first year back in the playoffs from when they missed the playoffs last year. Of course, before that they were in the playoffs every year since 2015. Of course, we have playoff history that right there, but we'll get into that later. For the Rangers, they're first in the East, first in the Metropolitan, first in the East, first in the league, the whole shebang. Capitals, 4th in the Metro, 8th in the East, 17th in the league. They are below St. Louis. So St. Louis, a Western team that doesn't get in, but 40, 31, and 11, 91 points. So they've got a 23-point spread between these two teams. Goals for, 282 for the Rangers. Right now that leaves them in 6th. I think they'll stay in 6th from where I've seen them on the, just in general. How do I move this a little? No. I gotta move the light a little bit so I can get my face back in there. But, yeah. So, goals against, 229th, which is 8th for the Rangers. Again, I don't really see them moving up or down, so I kept them the same. That's also another reason why I'm doing this. I debated holding off until more teams finished. But goals for the Capitals, 220. 28th out of 32 teams. Only teams below them are Seattle, Chicago, San Jose, and Anaheim, I believe. So, that's scarily bad. But they're here. When they win close games, low-scoring games. When they lose, they get blown out. Goals against, 257. They're going to finish in between 18th and 20th, it looks like, unless something drastic happens. But there's two teams that are like right below them, so they could jump up above. We'll see. Goal difference, plus 53 for the Rangers, minus 37 for the Capitals. That's the biggest goal differential missing the playoffs since probably the 80s. But factors for these two teams. Offense, defense, goaltending, star power are all big factors, I think, for the Rangers. They're a younger team. They're not younger. They're younger as in their stars are younger. For the Capitals, they are still in between eras. You got guys like Ovechkin, Carlson still there. And then you got younger guys like Dylan Strome, Sonny Milano, guys that Connor McMichael, guys in there that are kind of in between eras right now. Speaking of guys in between eras, let's talk about point scorers. So, Panarin leads the way for the Rangers, 49 goals, 71 assists, 120 points. Bravo. And you know what? For that, let me get something out real quick. That's right, the Artemi Panarin jersey's coming out. I just brought it out real quick. Let me get that in there. Panarin, 10, there it is. But should have remembered to put that on before. Anyway, but Panarin with 120 points, phenomenal. Definitely my favorite player on the Rangers, being a former Blackhawk and all. Trocheck with an excellent season, 25 goals, 52 assists, 77 points. Chris Kreider is doing his usual consistent, 39 goals, 36 assists, 75 points. Adam Fox, who only played 72 games, 17 goals, 56 assists, 73 points, so he would have been well over a point a game. Zibanejad, 81 games played, so he only missed one, but still 26 goals, 46 assists, 72 points. 5 guys over 70 points on this team. Capitals didn't have one guy with 70 points. Shesterkin, 36, 17, and 2 with a .913 save percentage. He's been great this season. Definitely better in his second half of the season. He's looking like he did going into the 2022 playoffs right now. For the Capitals, Dylan Strome leads the Washington Capitals in point scores. If you told a Hawks fan that years ago, I always liked Strome. I didn't like how Colliton used him, and once Colliton was out and Derek King was coaching, Strome was being used fine, and he had multiple hat tricks that season. 27 goals, 40 assists, 67 points. Of course, with Backstrom out, Kuznetsov being traded, and Mantha being traded. And that's another thing about Washington. They were sellers at the deadline, and they still made it in. But 27, as I mentioned before, 27, 40, and 67. Ovechkin had a resurrection halfway through the season. 79 games played for him. He still got 31 goals after only 8 goals throughout his first half of the season. 34 assists, 65 points. He's going to catch Gretzky. Not this season, of course. Carlson, 10 goals, 42 assists, 52 points. I didn't bother to put anyone else up because everyone else had either 30 less than 40 points, which I didn't find worth putting up. Lindgren, 25, 16, and 7, 9-11 save percentage. Kemper has been injured, so he's been the starter most of it, and he's been pretty good. Factors for Washington, Ovechkin, one for getting him another cup, and then momentum. They've been playing playoff hockey for so long now. Capitals are lucky enough to be in it. No one expected them to be in it. They shouldn't be in it from how far back they were just struggling with. They beat out Philly. They beat out Pittsburgh. They beat out Detroit. Actually, the Islanders also got in, so they didn't beat them out. But beat out Buffalo. All those teams they've been playing playoff hockey with. They needed to win last night to get in. If they lost, Detroit was getting in. So, unfortunately for me, I wanted to see Patty Kane and Alex DeBrincat in the playoffs. But for Washington fans, I bet they're very happy with this. And another crack at it for Ovechkin. That's the big thing right here. Meetings this season. So they met 4 times as division rivals. These teams know each other quite well from history. Not well. Rel. In New York on December 9th, 2023, the Rangers win that one 2-1. In Washington on December 27th, 2023, Washington wins that one 3-2. In New York for January 13th, 2024, the Rangers win 5-1. And then in Washington for January 14th on the second half of a back-to-back for 2024, Washington wins 4-0. So each team won at home. 2 games at home for the Rangers, they win both. 2 games at home for Washington, they win both. Who is going to win the game on the roads in the series, as that could come down to who wins this series. In terms of playoff history, these teams have a lot. 1986 is the time these 2 teams first meet. It's kind of the first time Washington was really a solid team back then. Washington really was not good from when they came in the 70s. They didn't get good until the mid-80s. Rangers win that series 4-2 in 86. In 1990, they face each other again. Washington wins that series in 5 on their way to a conference final. 1991, 4-2, Washington wins. Washington was a very good team at this time. The problem was they had to play Pittsburgh every year as well to get out of there. 1994, the one year they beat Pittsburgh, the Rangers beat them on their way to the final. 4-1 victory for the Rangers there as they're on their way to a Stanley Cup. 2009, 15 years in between series. Both teams go through some rebuilding periods here. Washington wins that series in 7, 4-3. The Rangers were up 3-1 in that series. Washington piled it on in the last 3 games. Sergei Fedorov, a Game 7 winner in that series. That's a weird thing to say, still Fedorov on any other team besides Detroit. 2011, this is where they start playing each other every other year. So you got 2009, 2011. Washington wins that series in 5. It's a first-round series. I didn't put what series this was. I believe this was second round, first round, or that was second round. This was first round. This was second round. I should have put that up on the board. My apologies. But 2012, Rangers win that one in 7. 2013, Rangers win that one in 7. 2015, Rangers win that one in 7, coming back from 3-1 down, paying revenge for 2009. So very interesting history here. We got 4 series for Washington, 5 series for the Rangers. So this will be series number 10 between the two foes. Washington, of course, their one cup was in 2018. The Rangers won in 1926. 28. I know they 1928 as well. It might have been 28 as well. 1926, 1928, 1940, of course, iconically, and 1994. The last time they were in the final was 2012, and before that, who knows? President's Trophy cursed a thing here. The Rangers won the last time the Rangers won the President's Trophy was 2015. They lost in the third round that season. Before that, 1994, they won the Stanley Cup. 1992, they did not win the Cup that year. So President's Trophy is kind of middling for the Rangers. We'll see if that becomes a factor there. For Washington, their President's Trophies are long behind them, but it's another crack at it for them. Who do you think is going to win this series? Tell me down below. I have the Rangers personally. Once I do my full bracket, I will showcase who I think is going to win the game amounts in those series, and just the overall bracket. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.